Have you ever been puzzled when your live data returns null, even though you know there's data in your database? It can be incredibly frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the issue of LiveData.getValue returning null with Room and Android development. I completely understand how annoying it is when you expect to retrieve data from your database, but instead, you get nothing. You're definitely not alone in this. Many developers face this issue when working with LiveData and Room. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, why does LiveData.getValue return null when I have data in my database? They shared their code and mentioned that they only get the value in the onChanged method. Sound familiar? If so, let's dig into this together and find a solution. So what could be causing this? When using LiveData, the getValue method may return null if the data hasn't been observed yet. This is a common behavior in LiveData, and understanding this can help us troubleshoot effectively. And don't go anywhere. I've got a crucial tip at the end that will help you avoid this issue in the future. To address the issue of LiveData returning null, the user should first understand that LiveData is designed to be lifecycle aware. This means that it only provides data when the associated lifecycle owner is in an active state. Next, the user should check if the observer is being set up correctly. The observer must be attached to a lifecycle owner, such as an activity or fragment, to receive updates. The user should also verify that the database is being populated correctly. If the database is empty at the time of the query, LiveData will return null until data is inserted. Finally, the user can utilize the onChanged method to handle the data once it becomes available. This is where the user can update the UI or perform other actions with the retrieved data. Did you know? LiveData was introduced to help manage UI-related data in a lifecycle-conscious way. It's a game changer for Android development, but it does come with its quirks. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggested by a user is to handle the asynchronous nature of LiveData. They recommend creating a method that waits for the live data to be populated before extracting its value. Let's move forward and look at another answer. One user found a solution to the issue by modifying the view model. They suggest initializing the live data only if it is null. This way, you ensure that the live data instance remains unchanged after its first assignment. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution from another user suggests creating a separate query without live data if you need to fetch data synchronously. They recommend using a query to count all sections in the database. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach suggested by a user is to handle the null value from sections.getValue by calling an API to fetch data and insert it into the database. This can be managed within the onChanged method of your observer. Additionally, it's recommended to encapsulate this database initialization logic within a repository class for better organization. You can refer to Google's sample project for guidance. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution from a user suggests that if you're getting null from LiveData.getValue, it might be because you forgot to call LiveData.observe. Without this, getValue will always return null, especially with list types. Here's the crucial tip I promised. Always ensure your live data is observed before trying to access its value. This simple habit can save you a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. You should now have a better understanding of why LiveData.getValue might return null. Remember, observing your live data properly is key. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our bonus tip on optimizing your Room database.